What if I told you that the greatest extinction event in human history didn't happen 12,000 years ago, but 200,000 years earlier? What if the Ice Age you think you know, the freezing world of mammoths, saber-toothed cats, and primitive humans, was only the final chapter of a much older, far more terrifying cataclysm that wiped out not one, but several civilizations long before recorded history? And what if the evidence of those civilizations still lies buried under miles of ice, drowned beneath rising oceans, or hidden inside forbidden archaeological findings that institutions refuse to acknowledge? Before we begin, make sure you like the video, because what you're about to hear is something mainstream history never wants you to think about. Now let's dive into the mystery that may rewrite everything we know about the origins of humanity. Imagine Earth, 200,000 years ago, greener and more advanced than you've ever been taught. Ancient coastlines stretched across continents now swallowed by water. Forests covered what are now deserts, and scattered across this forgotten world were clusters of early humans. Yes, but not the cavemen Hollywood shows. These were organized groups capable of complex tools, trade networks, and something that still puzzles modern archaeologists: structures that appear thousands of years too advanced for their time. But then, it happened. A sudden temperature drop. Not gradual, not natural, but instant. The kind of instant that leaves mammoths frozen with undigested food in their stomachs. The kind of instant that transforms rain into walls of glassy ice. The kind of instant that wipes out entire ecosystems in a single night. For decades, scientists blamed shifting climate cycles, but now we know better. Something triggered the Ice Age, and whatever it was catastrophic enough to erase civilizations so thoroughly that only whispers remain. Whispers in the form of strange ruins in Siberia built from megaliths weighing over 3,000 tons. Whispers in the mysterious stone spheres of Costa Rica, perfectly carved from materials impossible to shape without advanced technology. Whispers in DNA timelines that show humanity experienced a near-extinction event, where only a few thousand humans remained alive. So what caused it? Let's rewind to the clues most museums will never display. In 2015, a discovery in Greenland stunned researchers: layers of ice containing microscopic particles of platinum, the exact fingerprint of a cosmic impact. Not a dinosaur-killing asteroid, but a smaller, faster, deadlier swarm of fragments, possibly from a disintegrating comet, that slammed into Earth's atmosphere. Each fragment triggered firestorms, earthquakes, and shockwaves that circled the globe. And here is the part experts avoid: the timing of these impacts aligns almost too perfectly with the beginning of the Ice Age. The temperature plummeted, oceans cooled, rainfall patterns collapsed, an entire species vanished. But humans survived. Barely. Archaeologists studying ancient sinkholes in Tanzania found evidence of mass migrations, thousands of early humans fleeing fires and smoke that covered the sky for months. Sediment layers in South Africa show thick layers of ash, possibly from supervolcano eruptions triggered by the cosmic impact. And across the world, genetic evidence shows a population bottleneck so severe that it nearly ended our species. But here's the twist: the humans who survived did so by gathering near coastlines. When the Ice Age began, were far lower than today. These early groups built settlements along shores that are now buried under 400 feet of ocean. When sea levels rose at the end of the Ice Age, those settlements and the earliest traces of civilization were swallowed forever. But some traces survived. Stone tools discovered off the coast of India show patterns of wear that indicate organized gathering and even early agriculture. Underwater structures near Japan's Yonaguni coast revealed platforms and steps carved with precision. And along the seafloor of the North Sea, a fertile land known as Doggerland discovered remnants of what appears to be an ancient settlement wiped out by glacial meltwater floods. But these are only the remnants of the second wave of humanity. The real secret lies much deeper. Let's travel back again, before the Ice Age began, to a world so different it's almost unrecognizable. Picture tropical jungles where Alaska now stands. Imagine rivers flowing through Antarctica, supporting vegetation and wildlife. Geological evidence shows that Antarctica was ice-free for most of Earth's history, and that its sudden freeze happened violently, not gradually. Something triggered a planetary shift. Now follow this carefully. Beneath Antarctica's ice, radar scans have revealed rectangular formations, walls, and geometric patterns that suggest man-made structures. Scientists call them anomalies. Researchers call them impossible. But if they're real, they would be older than Egypt, older than Mesopotamia, older than anything we have ever uncovered. A civilization erased by instant glaciation. The biggest question is, how? Some scientists point to Earth's axial tilt suddenly shifting after a comet impact. Others suggest a solar event so powerful it destabilized the climate within days. But there's a third theory, one whispered but rarely discussed: the idea that an ancient advanced group of humans triggered the catastrophe themselves. Hear me out. Clay tablets from Mesopotamia describe celestial fires falling from the sky. Aboriginal legends in Australia speak of a time when the sun turned angry and the seas rose like giants. Native American lore recounts star fragments that burned the world. across cultures separated by oceans and time, the same story appears. A cataclysm triggered by something not entirely natural. Some researchers believe early humans, perhaps more advanced than we assume, observed the fragmentation of a passing comet and attempted to redirect or neutralize its path. If they failed, the result would have been exactly what we see today: global destruction, atmospheric debris, shock winters, and thousands of years of ice. When the dust settled, humanity was broken, scattered into small hunter-gatherer groups, knowledge lost, cities erased, technology, if it existed, forgotten. What remained was stories, myths passed down for tens of thousands of years, transformed into legends of gods, giants, and floods. Fast forward to the end of the Ice Age, around 12,000 years ago. Another sudden warming event struck. Glaciers melted rapidly, sea levels rose dramatically, and the world reshaped itself once again. This was the final blow to any survivors of the first civilizations. Their last settlements vanished beneath the oceans, leaving behind only megalithic monuments built on high ground. Göbekli Tepe, ancient Peru, and the mysterious Tiahuanaco site some geologists date far older than 12,000 years. But here is the most important part. Modern humans didn't start from zero. We restarted, rebooted. The rise of Sumer Egypt and the Indus Valley may not have been the beginning of civilization, but the rebuilding efforts of people preserving fragments of knowledge inherited from those who survived the first cataclysm. And now, for the first time in history, we have technology capable of uncovering the truth. Undersea scanning reveals sunken structures around the world. Ice penetrating radar shows hidden shapes beneath Antarctica. DNA timelines align with sudden violent population crashes. Geological records confirm instant temperature drops. Everything points to the same conclusion: humanity is far older, far more resilient, and far more mysterious than we ever imagined. The Ice Age did not simply freeze the planet. It erased the first chapters of our story, chapters filled with innovation, survival, collapse, and rebirth. And the question that remains is both thrilling and terrifying. If ancient civilizations were wiped out by a sudden environmental shift, what does that mean for us today? Because the Earth is changing again. The same patterns: rapid climate shifts, magnetic field fluctuations, unusual cosmic activity are beginning to reappear. And if history repeats itself, we may not be facing the end of the world, but the beginning of another cycle, a cycle humanity has already survived once. This is the forgotten truth of the Ice Age, the cataclysm that erased Earth's first civilizations, and the warning it left behind for us.